Hi, ABA therapists and parents. A lot of kids who have autism may struggle with social interaction. A lot of times they may not respond to a greeting, they may not answer their name, even though they have the verbal skills to do so. So, we're not talking about kids who do not have the speech. We're talking more of or about the kids who are able to speak but struggle with the social interaction. They know their name, they know how to say hi or hello or how are you, but when it comes to actually being in a situation, maybe it was their teachers or their neighbor or bus driver or someone in the neighborhood greeting them, they may get shy. Also, in family events, they may try to hide, might try to be by themselves. So, how do we help them? If they do have the speech to interact, we can start doing two things with them. First, we can model for them. So, if somebody comes and say hi to them, you may model the response, greeting, which is hello, hi. Uh, Try not to do it for them all the time because you also don't want them to depend on you to answer for them. When they attempt to even make eye contact with the person who said hi, you want to reinforce that. Try to reinforce in a way that is acceptable by your child. Because a lot of times you may say, great job saying hi back. And that may make them even more shy because you give so much attention to the response. But sometimes with other kids that may work. So it really depends on your child. So you as a parent or an ABA therapist would know the child best. So it's very important to reinforce any attempt to respond, even if it's an eye contact. That's one thing you can do. Model for the child by responding or by telling them what to say if they're not sure how to respond. You can reinforce the responding. And again, if attention at the same time is not something that's acceptable by your child, you may want to do it after this person leaves. You can tell your child, that's a great job. You actually looked at our neighbor when he said hi. I'm very, proud of you. Something like that. You can give them a sticker afterwards for interacting. You could say, great job interacting and looking at our neighbor when he spoke to you. You can also prepare them when you're about to go somewhere. You're going to go see grandma. You want to say hi when she says hi to you. And I know you can do it. So you're telling them who they're going to see and preparing them so they won't get shocked or shy. They already know what to do because you told them and they know who they're going to see. Also in ABA therapy, in the session, we can do role playing. So you can act like someone who's coming to talk to them and you're going to teach them responses. You can do that through visual aids, social stories, or just telling them what to do. It depends on your child's skills, comprehension ability, speech again. So when you talk to them, you'll say, this is, we're going to pretend I'm your teacher or I am your neighbor, and I'm going to have a conversation with you, and these are the responses you can say. So when I say, how are you doing? You can say, I'm good, thank you. And maybe if your child is able to also ask the question back by saying, how about you? That would be great. So it again depends on your child. So role playing in a comfort place like an ABA session or at home with a parent is a start of social skills training. You want to do it in a place where the child feels comfortable, they're themselves, they're not shy, they're not under pressure. You want to give them all the answers they need, such again as visual aids, social stories, tell them what they need to say in this situation, tell them to practice, to repeat after you, using a lot of prompts and modeling. And then the next step, after they're comfortable in the session, you actually are able to independently answer you in this session. So now at this point you had removed all the prompts and the visual aids, and now they're able to do it in the session or at home independently. Then you can start doing it outside. And you can tell them, you're going to see your teacher today. She's going to say good morning. What are you going to answer back? How are you going to answer back? You're going to see your friend in school. And then you also might want to also teach them to initiate conversations or greetings. What do we say to our bus driver who we see every day when we see them? You're going to say good morning, Mr. whatever. So it's very important to start in a setting where the child is very comfortable. Make sure you assess your child's speech and comprehension skills, and you can do that with the help of the BCBA, where you know that they're able to actually say these words, they understand when to say them. So now I'm just talking about a child who's shy or who doesn't know when to say certain things, and that's when we are gonna help him and intervene and tell him exactly what to say and when, hoping that eventually these skills will be generalized to other settings, a new school, a new environment, a birthday party. But it's very important to, again, start where the child is comfortable, give a lot of enforcement, a lot of prompts, a lot of modeling. You're giving them help and telling them what to say. If your child is shy at the beginning, even in the session, do not pressure them to say something because you think they know it. A lot of parents would say something, I know you know this, just say it. I'm sure you know it, just say it. And you keep saying that to the child, and that may cause a lot of anxiety because you're really pressuring them to say something. Even though you think they know it, it might be hard for them to say it in certain situations, especially social situations, because that may be lacking and they don't understand why they have to say that. So if that happens, where at a certain point you know that your child can say something and he's not saying it, do not force them to say it. Instead, you can give them the answer and let them repeat after you. It's called errorless learning, where you're actually giving them the answer so they can reach their enforcer without putting a lot of pressure on them and cause them to not be happy about the activity and try to escape from it. So what you need to do is reinforce every time the child learns a new greeting or a way to respond to greeting, or even if they just repeat after you, in the initial phase when you're actually teaching them what to say. So just a brief summary and just very general idea of how to teach social interaction to kids who are verbal and have the speech to do so. Thank you for listening.